Welcome to Sussex Unmasked Family. If you love uncovering the real stories behind the headlines, make sure to subscribe and join our community. I'm sure you've heard the news.
Let's be honest. For years, a section of the media has made a sport out of predicting Meghan Markle's downfall. They confidently declare her next project will flop, insisting the public is tired of her. Their certainty is almost comical, like they're reading from a broken crystal ball. This isn't just commentary, it's an industry. Every move is framed as desperate, every venture doomed before it begins. Remember the predictions? Her podcast would be a bore, her documentary a disaster, her lifestyle brand dead on arrival. The tabloids weren't reporting news. They were trying to script her life, always with the same ending. What's striking is the eagerness. They don't just predict failure, they seem to wish for it. Her success challenges their worldview, revealing a bias that's more about control than journalism. They underestimated her from the start, seeing only a TV actress, not a strategic thinker. They couldn't compute her resilience. So the cycle continues. They predict doom, reality proves them wrong, and they move the goalposts. Meghan launches a project. It succeeds, connects, and generates positive buzz. The tabloids look foolish but never apologize. They just find a new angle and start over. It's a trap they set for her, but it's become their own. They're stuck in a loop, unable to accept that their narrative doesn't match reality. The more they double down, the more out of touch they seem. Meghan's projects keep thriving, and the public keeps tuning in. The media's relentless negativity only highlights her resilience. Instead of fading away, she's built a platform and a following. The tabloids' predictions have become background noise, ignored by those who matter. Their attempts to control the story have only made her more compelling. The real story isn't Meghan's supposed downfall, it's the media's inability to let go of a narrative that never comes true. In trying to write her ending, they've only made her story more interesting. The public sees through the pattern, and the old headlines lose their power. Meghan's journey is proof that you can't script someone else's life, especially not someone determined to write her own. The tabloids are left chasing a story that's already moved on. When Meghan announced her podcast, Archetypes, the tabloids rushed to dismiss it as self-indulgent and irrelevant. They missed the point entirely, focusing on Meghan the celebrity, not Meghan the creator. But Archetypes launched and shot to #1 on Spotify in multiple countries. It sparked global conversation, featuring guests like Serena Williams and Mariah Carey. The show unpacked the labels that limit women, diva, crazy, ambitious, and resonated deeply. It was smart, insightful, and everything the critics said it wouldn't be. Archetypes wasn't just about Meghan, it was about universal experiences. This was her first major project post-royal life, and it was a hit. The success was no accident. It was strategy and passion combined. Meghan reclaimed her voice and amplified others, turning a podcast into a platform for empowerment. The tabloids predicted a flop because they couldn't imagine her work being about more than herself. They were wrong. Archetypes proved Meghan could shape the conversation on her own terms. She understood her audience better than the media ever did. People wanted substance, not gossip. By focusing on real issues, she connected with millions. The project's success was a direct rebuttal to the narrative of failure. Meghan showed she's not just a subject, she's a creator with purpose. Then came the Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan. The tabloids declared it would be their undoing. a ratings disaster, a public embarrassment. But when it premiered, it became Netflix's biggest documentary debut ever. Millions tuned in, not to see caricatures, but a real love story and a family under pressure. For the first time, Harry and Meghan told their story in their own words, unfiltered. The series provided context stripped away by years of negative headlines. Its success revealed a massive disconnect between media narrative and public interest. While tabloids insisted the world was tired of them, viewers were curious and empathetic. The show humanized a couple relentlessly dehumanized by the press. It highlighted the impact of scrutiny and the racial undertones Meghan faced. The media's echo chamber missed the bigger picture. The public wanted to hear their side, not just the headlines. The series proved the media doesn't always control the narrative. In the streaming era, public figures can bypass gatekeepers and speak directly to audiences. Meghan and Harry used that power and proved their critics spectacularly wrong. The real story was never what the tabloids wanted it to be. Every failed prediction chips away at the tabloids' credibility. If someone forecasts rain every day and the sun keeps shining, you stop listening. That's what's happened with Meghan's coverage. The media's certainty, proven wrong again and again, creates a credibility gap. Readers start to question everything. The pattern exposes bias and an agenda to tear her down. When predictions fail, it's clear the coverage is wishful thinking, not journalism. The relentless negativity actually makes people more sympathetic to Meghan. The tabloids, in trying to make her unpopular, may be boosting her appeal. Their business model relies on trust, but repeated failures erode it. Clicks might bring short-term wins, but credibility is the real currency. Trading it for cheap shots at Meghan is a losing game. Let's talk about resilience. For Meghan, it's more than surviving the storm. It's building a boat in the middle of it. She faces relentless negativity and chooses not to be defined by it. Her resilience was forged long before the royal spotlight. She was a successful actress, businesswoman, and humanitarian. The challenges only strengthened her resolve. She channels criticism into fuel for new projects and ideas. When one door closes, she builds another. She and Harry created a new path, refusing to play by old rules. Her resilience is proactive, protecting her family, defining success on her own terms. Critics expect her to retreat, but she keeps moving forward. She launches podcasts, produces documentaries, supports her family, and continues advocacy. Her joy and purpose seem untouched by outside noise. This is what frustrates detractors most. She refuses to be fragile. Her resilience is her superpower. It's the quiet force that lets her step around the tabloid trap. Instead of being diminished, she's built something stronger. She's not just surviving, she's thriving. Her story is about building, not just enduring. That's what makes her journey so compelling. In a world of managed images, Meghan is building a brand on authenticity. Her projects reflect her real values: women's empowerment, mental health, service. She invests in causes she believes in, not just for a paycheck. This creates trust and connection with her audience. The tabloids, rooted in scandal and cynicism, can't grasp this. They frame her work as calculated, but the public responds to her sincerity. People know the difference between performance and passion. Meghan's approach is long-term, building a legacy, not chasing headlines. Her brand is resilient because it's built on purpose, not public opinion. When she speaks, it's from experience and credibility. Authenticity is her shield and sword, cutting through noise and connecting directly. In the battle between sensationalism and sincerity, Meghan's strategy is winning. The Invictus Games are Harry's passion, but Meghan's role is profound. She's not just a supportive spouse, she's an active partner connecting with athletes and families. Her involvement is genuine, offering comfort and encouragement beyond photo ops. The tabloids try to criticize her presence, but the reality is clear. She's there to serve. She uses her platform to spotlight the games and the competitors' stories. Her warmth and empathy create a sense of community. Meghan's commitment to service is consistent and real. This isn't branding, it's about showing up for a cause that matters. Her actions speak louder than headlines. The Invictus Games reveal the gap between media narrative and reality. Critics look for selfishness, but all we see is service. Meghan's genuine connection with the Invictus community is a testament to her character. Enter American Riviera Orchard. The critics immediately predicted failure, elitist, desperate, doomed. But the launch was a masterclass in subtle modern marketing. No flashy press release, just a soft-focus video, a curated Instagram, and a small batch of jam sent to friends. It wasn't about selling a product, but creating a feeling: home, hospitality, joy. The response was overwhelming. Hundreds of thousands of followers, a growing waitlist, and genuine delight from recipients. The tabloids' predictions fell flat as the brand went viral. Meghan understands today's market. People want stories and aesthetics, not just products. American Riviera Orchard is about sharing joy, not just selling jam. This venture marks her evolution into a full-fledged entrepreneur. She's building on her passions and her past, but on a grander scale. It's not a vanity project, it's a strategic business move. Once again, she defies the one-dimensional narrative. Meghan is a creative, savvy businesswoman, poised for success. The critics are left behind, repeating the same tired script. What have we learned? The tabloid trap is real, but not inescapable. Meghan Markle has outsmarted a media machine built on negativity. Her success is a victory for anyone underestimated or unfairly criticized. The tabloids' failures remind us to question relentless negativity and demand responsible journalism. Meghan's story is one of resilience, authenticity, and defining your own path. She's built a family, a business, and a legacy on her own terms. Her journey proves the most effective way to fight false narratives is to build a better, truer one. She's chosen to create, connect, and inspire. In doing so, she's outsmarted the tabloid trap and offered a hopeful blueprint for public life. The truth, in the end, always finds its way through.